Today we're going to install the Camco RV screen door grill. It's designed to enhance and protect your screen door. Keep your dogs from going through the doors when they see that squirrel out there. That's a important thing that we really need to have, since we travel with three poodles a lot of times, and they all three like to go after squirrels. So if we've got the screen door open, or the main door open and just the screen there, they'll go through. So we're putting this on to help protect the screen door. It also helps strengthen the screen door. I'll have a link below in the description if you don't mind. That's an Amazon affiliate link. It'll help our channel, help us keep producing these videos, and it doesn't cost you anything to buy through that link. This is a great enhancement. It's really easy to install, and I'll be walking you through the installation coming up. This is what comes in the box. It's the grill itself, which has these expandable sides. That's how the adjustment comes to be able to center it in the door, and then 2 packs of 1/8 inch screws. One pack of the screws is going to be to attach at the 4 corners of the unit, and the others are to put in the rails, so that once you've got it adjusted, that these don't slide on you any longer. These are the tools we're going to use for the install. We're going to use 2 clamps to hold the brackets in as we drill the holes and get the alignments right. Then we're going to use the drill with a 1/8 inch drill bit to actually drill the holes into the screen door, and then a screwdriver. It's really not advised to use a power driver of any type, because you don't want to over tighten these. The metal on the screen doors is pretty thin, and if you over tighten them and you use a power driver of any sort, you're likely to strip the holes out. So it's better to use just a manual screwdriver. I like using these cobalt ratcheting screwdrivers. I've got a bad wrist, and it helps make screwing things in a lot easier. You'll recognize that these are the same tools that I used in the easy installation of the screen door bar crossbar, and I'll provide a link for that in that video in the description below. The first step is to pull out these crossbar members. These are the ones that will actually be attached to the door. They both slide out from the ends of the screen door protector, and we'll use these to make our alignment. In order to start getting things lined up and know where to drill the holes, you're going to take the clamps and attach these brackets lined up where you want. Now what I found here for us is that lining up to, even with the top of this edge right here, this is the edge that the slider in the screen door is in, and along this back edge there's kind of a raised element here. Lining up with that gives you some very good references to know where to line up, and you do that on both sides. When you're sizing this screen door grill, the key size to look for is actually finding something that fits between the top edge of this rail and the bottom edge of this rail down here. That's how I sized it when I was planning on my order, and Camco produces several different sizes, and that makes it very easy. I'll now attach the second one and show you how that looks. And why I picked to line it up and did the measurements is I wanted to make sure that when I put the screw through this hole here, that it didn't interfere with where the slide of where this door slide is going to come in, because you want to make sure you don't interfere with that, because otherwise this will end up either being open a little bit, which defeats the purpose of having a bug screen at all, and just what we all want, bugs in our camper, or you end up having to cut it out to make it fit. So by making sure you line up here, that sets this hole just low enough that it's not going to interfere with that. The key being is you have to make sure you do not drill all the way through the door. We're just going to basically drill through 1 or 2 layers. In some cases, you can see sometimes how this door has these this 2-layer channel in there. So we may end up having to screw in, drill through 2 layers just to make sure that the screws will hold properly. So now I have both brackets lined up and I'm ready to drill my holes. So I will drill my holes before I actually put the grid on and and start screwing things in place. Because once you put the grid on, you're going to want to be able to line up so that you can put screws at there and there to keep the unit tight. Now we've got all the holes drilled for attaching the brackets in all 4 corners. So the next thing we'll do is put the grid on, but we won't actually attach it. What we'll do is mark kind of where this hole is with a Sharpie or something like that, so that we know where to drill the hole in the grid and attach that. But first we want to get it all attached on the sides first. Key to marking these holes is just to know where the left and the right edges of that circle are, and then knowing that it's going to be centered. You're not actually going to drill the hole in this part, it's going to be the grid part itself. So that, because the hole is much bigger than an 1/8 inch hole. So what we'll do is just kind of get an estimate and sort of get it centered in there once we know. And those marks, if you can see them, they're kind of a little bit hard to see. Will kind of give us a guide of where to drill the holes from the outside. And these attach is going to be to hand tighten the screws in, or at least get them started. Get all 4 screws started first into the holes that we drilled, and then that way, once you've got it, then you've got a little bit of room that you can adjust things. The best way is to just lightly get these screws started in each of the holes. That way you've got a little bit of play in this as you're going along. Now that we've got all 4 screws in, we can go ahead and tighten the outside bracket down. Once you get the bracket itself installed and tightened, then it's a matter of centering up the grill itself. The way I did it is I took a measurement between this edge and this edge, which was 22 inches in my case, and divided that by 2, gives us 11. Then I measured the distance from this edge to this edge, and that was 18 and a half, and figured the center of that was 19 and or 9 1/4, and then put that right smack at the 11 inch mark there. So that centers it up. The next thing I'll do is I will now drill my holes there and down here to put in the screws to hold it in place. Drill the holes, you just put the screws in, that now holds that in place, and now everything's nice and steady. Make sure it checks out. Final check, make sure that the door will close fine. Very good. No interference from the grill. You can see that the grill looks very nice there, and it's installed very nicely. Maybe a little bit upside down, but that's, that happens. Depends on what you consider upside down. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. We work hard. We're learning to do this as we go along, and we'll be producing more videos as we go. Please click on the links if you are interested in buying this. Like I said earlier, it helps us keep the channel going and pays for servers and disk space and that type of thing. So this is Jeff from SoaringRV saying fly high, travel far. Safe travels.